The former president today?
In good spirits.
After 3 weeks of being detained, has he finally adjusted to the living conditions inside the detention facility?
Well, you know that he celebrated his 80th birthday the other day. He's an 80-year-old man, and he has all the conditions and medical issues that accompany a man who's 80 years old. So adjusting to any new form of life is always difficult, especially if it's prison life.
Aside from being in high spirits, how else is what else is the former president feeling right now?
Discussed.
Yes.
Well, it's something that's called, well, I'm glad you've come out with it and been honest about it,
Yes.
but it's something which is called client-attorney privilege, and I'm certainly not going to discuss it with the media.
The Duterte camp believes that 181 initial pieces of evidence that was submitted by the prosecution to the ICC is not really enough to prove crimes against humanity. Do you share the same belief, sir?
Once again, and as I said earlier, disclosure is a confidential matter, it's a confidential proceeding. I'm not entitled to discuss issues of disclosure.
But is it really necessary to name all 3,000 victims of the Duterte's war on drugs?
As I told you, I'm not going to get into matters of disclosure. I'm certainly not going to discuss matters concerning the alleged victims. As I said earlier, the victims have a role in the process. We have to respect that role, and we hope that everyone will respect that role. Whether or not we agree with what the evidence coming out of the victims is a totally different matter, but we will argue that in court, not here.
You previously said that there is a compelling reason to believe that the case against the former president will be jumped before the confirmation of charges hearing.
Well, the word junked is not something that I used. That was something that a reporter earlier used.
So what is your term,
what I'll
sir?
say is that there is a compelling argument that the court cannot exercise its jurisdiction over the Philippines situation. That is a live issue. It's an issue which has been through the Philippines courts. It's an issue that's been through the ICC as well. It is a compelling argument. It's an argument that the defense will raise. This is something that has been argued over the last number of years. It's certainly not an argument that I'm going to litigate here in front of the media. It's something which we will present to the judges in due course, and the judges will take their decision. The ultimate deciding body is the judges, not me.
How complex is the filing of the interim release, and what factors will you consider before filing one?
Well, you're presuming that there is an application for interim release.
You
I'd
said
say-
you're thinking about it, right,
Well,
sir?
everyone thinks about interim release at the ICC. Interim release is a right, and it can only be tempered by 3 factors. The first of which is the risk of flight, the second of which is the risk of interference with witnesses or with the evidence, and the third of which is the risk of continuing